Hello everyone, welcome back to FAD Learning. Today we are exploring anonymous function in JavaScript. So let's open Visual Studio Code to understand anonymous function in detail. So here I'll create new file with name anonymousfunction.js, and inside index.html I'll add one more script for anonymousfunction.js file, and I'll comment out the line number 8, and here I'll change the heading to JavaScript anonymous function. Save the changes, and also I have installed the live server extension so that I don't have to refresh the browser for every change. So in order to start the server, I need to click on this go live button. So here you can see our project is running on the browser. So here I'll open developer tool and I'll minimize this browser, and let's start coding inside anonymous function.js file. So first, what is mean by anonymous function? So here I'll write down the definition of anonymous function. I'll hide this terminal as well as explorer, and here you can find the definition of anonymous function. Anonymous function is a function that does not have any name associated with it. So the definition term anonymous is unknown or without identification or unnamed. So anonymous function is a function that has no name. So first we will see how to write normal function in JavaScript, and then we will convert it to anonymous function. So here I'll write the function keyword followed by name of the function, display, followed by parenthesis, and then body of the function. And inside body I log the message, this is named function. Okay, so this is called as named function because in this example we are providing the name, or we can say identifier, to the function so that we can easily call this function using the identifier. So in order to call this named function, I just need to call the name of that function, and the name is display. That's it. So I'll save the changes, and now I'll open browser, and here you can see as expected we are getting the output. This is named function on line number 4. And here if I remove the name of this function, then it will get converted into anonymous function because now this function has no name. Okay, so here I'll give the comment, this is named function, and here I'll write the anonymous function so that you can easily understand the difference between named and anonymous function. So here I'll copy this named function and I'll paste under anonymous function. And I repeat, in named function we normally use the function keyword followed by a name to declare a function. However, in an anonymous function the name is omitted. So this is called as anonymous function. Now let's understand how to call the anonymous function. So we can call anonymous function with two different ways. First way is like an immediately invoked function expression, that is IIFE in JavaScript, and another way is to call anonymous function like function expression. So first we'll do with IIFE, and then we'll call the same function with function expression. Now in the first way we are going to call this anonymous function like an immediately invoked function expression because an IIFE doesn't need a name to be executed. It's wrapped in a parenthesis and immediately called. So the parenthesis surround the function and followed by the another set of parentheses trigger the immediate execution of the function. This is how we have called this anonymous function immediately after it defined. And we can say an immediately invoked function expression in JavaScript is typically an anonymous function that is executed immediately after it is defined. Okay, now let's understand the second way, that is we will call the same anonymous function with function expression. It means assign the same anonymous function to one variable, or we can say we can put the anonymous function into the another variable. The variable name is show. So here you can see I have declared one variable with name show, and I have assigned the same anonymous function to the variable show. So now this is called as function expression. And how we used to call the function expression in JavaScript? In order to call the function expression, we need to call the variable name of that function. That's it. Like show and parenthesis. So here we have called this anonymous function with the help of variable name, that is show. Now here you can see these two functions are the anonymous function. So I'll change the message. This is anonymous function with IIFE, and this is also anonymous function with function expression. Okay. Now I'll save the changes and go to the browser. You can see we are getting three messages. This is named function. This is anonymous function with IIFE, and this is anonymous function with function expression. Line number 5, 12 and 17. Here you can see the console line number 5, 12 and 17. Now one more thing, it is important to note that about anonymous function, the arrow functions are also anonymous function, which means they don't have a declared name. So now I'll write the example of arrow function and we'll see why arrow functions are anonymous function. So here I'll quickly write down the syntax of arrow function. Let arrow function equals to, I'll take empty brackets, and since this is arrow function, I'll use the arrow symbol, and inside body of this arrow function, I'll return one message like this is arrow function. Okay. And after that, I'll call this arrow function inside console.log. Save the changes and go to the browser. Here we have to add the parenthesis after the arrow function. Now you can see the output on console. This is arrow function. So here you can see inside this arrow function, we are not using the function keyword. Also, we are not providing any name to the function. That is why this is also the unnamed function, and unnamed function is nothing but anonymous function. And in order to call this anonymous function, again we are putting this anonymous function into one variable, and we are calling that variable to see the output of this anonymous function. And the same thing we are doing with this anonymous function with function expression. Here also we are declaring one variable and we are assigning the anonymous function to that variable, and we are calling the same variable to see the output of this anonymous function. That is why all arrow functions are anonymous and can be used as an argument to other functions or as an immediately invoked function expression. Okay. So far we have seen the named function. After that we have seen the anonymous function with IIFE. Then we have seen the anonymous function with function expression, and then arrow function. Now last we will see the difference between named function and anonymous function with function expression. So I'll cut this function expression and paste it below named function. Okay. And now let's understand the difference between named function and anonymous function with function expression. And the difference is anonymous function never hoisted, whereas named function are hoisted. So let's try this. So in this named function, you can see this is our function definition. And after function definition, we are invoking the same function, that is display function. So that is why we are getting output. This is named function. Now what I'll do, I'll cut this invocation and I'll paste this before the function definition. And now let's see, still we are getting same output or not. So we are expecting the output. This is named function. Here you can see we are getting expected output on line number 6. But the same thing if we are doing with anonymous function, here if I cut this show and paste it before function definition, and now I'll save the changes, and you can see the error on the browser, uncaught preference error, cannot access show before initialization. It means we cannot invoke the function before function definition or before function initialization. This is called as hoisting. And to understand more about hoisting, please check out my another video on hoisting. I will provide the link in the description. In that I have explained about variable hoisting as well as function hoisting. So I'll repeat. When invoking an anonymous function, you can only call it after function definition, whereas a named function can be invoked before function definition, or we can invoke the named function anywhere in the program. It means now you can see we are calling this function on line number 4 only. That is why we are getting this message before function expression. Here you can see we are getting this is named function before function expression. Now what I'll do, I'll call this display one more time after this show function. Now you can see this is named function and this is named function. We are getting this message twice, before function expression and after function expression, because we called this function before the function expression as well as after the function expression. So it means we can call the named function anywhere in the program, but we can't call anonymous function before the function definition. So hope you understand the difference between anonymous function and named function. So an anonymous function is simply a function that does not have a name, and these functions are also used in situation where you don't need to reuse the function outside its immediate context. So that's it for anonymous function. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe FED Learning for more informative content. Thank you. Bye-bye.